So I did this video this morning, and I got another email from Thomas. Of course he's going to say Author Reed is not him. But the dude will email me, and then this Author Reed dude, this therapist dude, will email me 10 minutes later. I've shown that repeatedly. So if they're not connected and they're not the same person, they have a psychic link that makes them email one after the other all the time, over and over and over. And that Pootie Twang is Michael Dowd. Michael Dowd and Captain Underpants were saying they were in Harlan, sending me pictures of Harlan right when my best friend dropped over dead. In fact, it started the night he died, and I didn't know about it till the next day. So how did these assholes know about it? And he'll say, "You're just a harassment, but I've sent you 15 cease and desist letters." You know, the dude is so full of shit. And the only diagnosis that I have is complex PTSD because of the abuse that I went through as a kid. That's what I have. But this dude, who's this famous composer and just an upright guy who has no fucking education to diagnose someone, constantly tries to diagnose me, just like Arthur Reed does. In fact, they sound very, very similar. Very similar indeed. And this dude is just an idiot. I just look at it as silly, but I've sent you 15 cease and desist letters, you know? So is it silly? If it's silly, then why are you sending me constant cease and desist letters? And he doesn't have a leg to stand on because all I do is show screenshots of the shit that he sends me. And so this is what I wrote back. People that have gone to prison, do you find them honest, truthful, forthright? Is that what you think people out of prison are like? I mean, obviously there's exceptions to every rule, but this dude has a history of doing this shit to other people. You just have to Google it. And I'll put the links to these two videos, because the first one that says happened 10 minutes after I got done filming, I said I was naming names, and Neil sent the sheriff over to fucking harass me. That's the first video. The second video, I end up talking about it. Because Neil sends me stuff, but only when he gets busted out. They're threatening to hurt my dogs. They come into my house. I'm not connected with Tara, Joyce, who I think is crazy, or that Matthew chick, who I've never really spoken with, or the dregs of YouTube too. No, that prison dude is Thomas's friend. And Captain Underpants and Phoenix Enigma and the Goblin Dowd, all of who were involved with Isaac Cappy when he perished, along with Thomas, and they've gone on for 4 years involving themselves intricately with everything that Isaac Cappy after he perished. That's them. That's them. Thomas is out of fucking prison. You think he's honest? You think he's not doing shit and not admitting to it? He says that he murdered people, but they were only bad people. He has a history of cyber stalking and harassing people. You can find all kinds of people who have complained to him about it. This is not a new thing for him. Considering Doug Mesner, it's not a new thing for me. What it is it's just a continuation of the satanic Nazi pedo group trying to cover its tracks, which is the whole reason why they got rid of Isaac when they did. And now they keep just saying shit to me. And as far as investigators go, dudes, you don't have to take my thing. Come to fucking Harlan and just ask people out on the fucking street about Neil, my sheriff, Neil Gross, and his drug operation. Because it's an open secret out here. It's not like I just came up with this and have been running with it all on my own. You know? Doesn't work that way. If you want to fucking just investigate. That's all I want. Is things to be investigated. And yeah, they can find out who traced that. They can trace that email. My sheriff can't, because all of the death threats that I was getting right before that gas station explosion, Neil told me, we can't figure out who's sending these, sorry. There's no way to figure it out. But chances are those people had something to do with the gas station explosion. And again, all you have to do is compare the KETV news article that they did that day of the explosion and compare it to the report, the official report that Neil sent me on the gas station. There can't be more than, 7, 8, 9,000 people in Harlan? We're talking small town Iowa. Nothing happens here without people knowing about it. Everyone knows each other's business. That includes Neil's business and Neil's family's business. It all needs to be investigated. Or listen to the dude that's been in prison, who everyone says is involved, who I say is involved. If that's who you want to take it, then when you get let off the cliff, you only have yourself to blame.